What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another review, this time for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, this was a game I was really excited for, and overall, I actually really liked this game. I think it was amazing, honestly. The first game was very linear. There was like maybe a little few outcoves here and there you could go off on a tangent path to explore, but nothing as big as this. This game gives you, I want to say, it's at least two big worlds that you can like really go and explore and find all these like different things to do, which I actually really liked and really appreciated. Just that little bit of that sense of freedom it gave you, and just overall, I think the worlds were actually also beautifully done. They gave you a nice variety of like different environments to see and explore, and yeah, I just really liked the freedom or the sense of freedom they gave you in that regard. I think it was really good. And then the one thing, like, again, I did enjoy this game, but it does have some faults. Now, performance wise, I know there's people all over the place complaining about the performance of this game, and yes, it's noticeable, but it really didn't bother me. The one thing that did bother me was more of the graphical problems. Frame rate issues I can deal with. I mean, would I love it to be a like consistent 60 all the time perfectly? Of course. But I'm okay with it not being. The one thing that I did not that did find kind of like funny and sometimes annoying were the little graphical errors, especially when it came to like the in-game cinematics when you're like supposed to be like a tense moment and Cal's lightsaber's on, but if you for whatever had if you had the dual blade or the double bladed lightsaber technically equipped at the time, the other half of the lightsaber that's on your belt would activate. So it'd be like sticking straight up during a cinematic while you're holding your lightsaber, the other lightsaber in the story. Things like that. Also, like there were some times when like you're holding an item in your hand, and like it would clearly not be in your hand. It'd be like warping through it or like that. And, like those were the things that really took me out of it, and that I really like kind of found, if not funny at the time, annoying. But performance wise, when it comes to like the frame rate, yeah, it's not that great. And would I like it to be better? Of course, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I can get past that. The one things and again, I did love this. I did really like this game. I thought it was amazing, but it did have some faults besides the graphical issues that I had. Mostly, it has to do with the combat, and I don't know what it because I can't remember if the original game was like this as well. It's been a long time, but there's like this input delay, or maybe my controllers. Again, if you watch my playthrough, you'll see that there's a lot of times where I talk about it where I swear I press square 3 times to try to do like a small 3 hit combo real quick, and Cal just keeps going. Like it turns into a like he keeps trying to attack, and I stopped pressing square like a good second or two ago, and I'm pressing circle to try to get out of it, and no, like he is stuck in this animation that I did not want him to be in, and I don't know what it is. Again, I don't know if it's like maybe my controller's messed up, maybe there's a delay input or something, but like I just did not like the fact that you were like stuck in these animations and you could not get at them. You couldn't jump, dash, nothing. You have to like let the animation finish before you could do anything else. And that would really screw me over sometimes because I would like want to like jump in to when you're doing some of the tougher challenges, the tears, the force tears, the fights in there. You'll be fighting big enemies that you can only maybe get 1 or 2 hits on before you have to like dash out the way. And there will be times where like I'll go jump in, press square 2 times at most, and then want to press circle to back out. But then like he's just doing these animation, like he'll just keep going with these animations, and I'm just like, dude, what the hell? Get out of there! And I don't know what it is. Again, maybe my controller's messed up and it's like it's reading more inputs that I'm intending to to press, or if it's just like these animate and on top of that, it's just like these animation locks are like ridiculous. Another thing that I was a little bit bummed by. This wasn't really a deal breaker, but like um, the the stances in the game, I think all of them were great except for the crossguard stance. And this was a really bummer to me because I like they showed it off in the one of the trailers, I believe. So it's not a real spoiler. But yeah, I was like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's the stance I want to try to main. I want to try to get through the game using that stance whenever I get it. It's gonna be amazing. And I understand that it's supposed to be the like slow damaging stance, but it's too slow. Like I like there were times where like I'll like, try I'm like I'm mid like trying to get one swing off and like the person just hits me, interrupts me. Like I couldn't even when I did a parry. There were times when I did like a perfect parry when I did the little boom, little slowdown happens. I'll press square to do like a follow up attack, and he still does a long windup where the person already recovered and he hits me out of it again. It's just it was it's not viable. It's not a viable stance to like play the game in. Honestly, maybe I'm playing it wrong. Maybe it's supposed to be a stance where you have to literally block, parry everything to like stagger them to and then attack. But even then, you only get one or two attacks before they recover, and it was just not viable, and it really bummed me out because I really wanted to like to main this stance. Again, maybe I just suck at it, but like it was just too slow, and like it was just not viable during even fights against grunts, even against the little small grunts. It was not a viable stance to 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 play with. It was really difficult, and that really bummed me out. But yeah, and then lastly, I would say talking about the story, I thought the story was fantastic. I think it was a good evolution of where we left off in Fallen Order. They did a lot of nice character developments with everyone involved. I know there was supposed to be a book that takes place before this game, uh, but I'm trying to remember. Somebody told me about it, and it. I mean, I guess it was kind of important because there are some things that happen in that book that, like, I guess would have helped make more sense of things going on in this game. But regardless, the main thing is the gang at the end of the book. I guess they all went their separate ways. Grease lost one of his arms, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't really remember. I didn't read it. Somebody told me about it. But again, story wise, I would say it was really good, really natural evolution. I liked where all the characters have grown, how they've grown and developed, and also there was a twist that I kept saying during my playthrough. If you've watched that, we know it's coming. It's gonna happen. I was calling this twist from the beginning, but the game did a fantastic job of still surprising me because I didn't see the whole twist. I saw a part of the twist coming, but there was a whole other side to this, twist at near the end of the game that it was just like it shocked me. I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" So that was a really nice thing for me. I was like, but it also leaves you a bit wanting more because like this ending is very I wouldn't say it is somber, but it's also very open. Like there's so many things unresolved, and it can go in so many different directions. I can imagine them going in a way where like jumping even more time into the future, where Cal's a lot older and maybe he's training a certain someone. I'm not gonna get into details here, just because of like, cause they even hint at that at the end of this game with someone saying some words to him. So it's just again, I'm rambling off because of the story wise, but Point is, I thought the story was great. Even though I did see part of the twist coming, I was still very surprised with the other half of it that it really took me for a loop and I really liked it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Uh, I really did enjoy this game. I would recommend it, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Just don't mind the few, if you don't mind the performance problems and the little graphical problems, the everything else runs pretty much smoothly. Combat wise, everything else, all the stances are really good except for I want to say the crossguard stance. Again, maybe I'm using it wrong, but I swear it's just too slow to be viable, and it really bummed me out. But I would highly recommend this game. Please check it out, and yeah, take care, and until next time, have a good game.